reminisce, I reminisce. Yeah.
Welcome back to my channel. So you saw my thumbnail, you saw the title of this video, you know what I'm about to get into. Yeah, I'm late to this party, fashionably late, but that's okay. It is what it is. Gotta get my point out. Eboni K Williams, bus drivers. This is a firestorm, eh? Listen, I'm not going to spend 10 minutes going into or trying to get after Eboni K based on her preferences. Okay? She said what she said. She meant it. That whole thing that she did on her channel about call to arms for black men to lift themselves up out of mediocrity, and just want black men to be better and do better for themselves. That's what I was. No, that's not what she was trying to do, because when she was asked that question, she immediately gave the answer. Nope, only if he owns the bus. She knew exactly what she was thinking. Her mind is already in that place, okay? But I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time going in on that. There's a whole YouTube world out there of red pill and manosphere and all that stuff that has already gotten into it. Probably will continue to get into it. And then, you know what? I've seen a couple videos and they're not being disrespectful. I will say that. At least the videos I've seen. They're not being disrespectful. They're making valid points about the rationality of her thought process. Being an almost 40-year-old, very successful, good-looking black woman, and her standards. She's gonna find herself, I'm not even gonna get into it, okay? But she's a good-looking woman, successful, got her own money, and yet she's still single. It's hard out there for everyone. So the fact that she has all this stuff going for her says something about the way she's going about it. But anyways, I digress. The reason I'm making this video is because while I'm watching everything on YouTube, like I mentioned, red pill manosphere, all the discussions about dating, the relationship, the contention between men and women in today's dating world. The one thing that I noticed consistently is the term average man, the average man, and what that term actually means, what they're using it for, okay? Sipping on that E&J. So, when people use the term average, they're using it as a describer of someone's financial status. Okay? They're using it as a way to describe someone's financial status. And that is a problem, because they're using the term average and encompassing the entire human, right? They're diminishing that individual. Okay? They're diminishing that individual. They're putting a title and an idea and a perception on that individual solely based on what they make an hour or a month, right? And that's a problem. That's a problem for the men out there who are trying to date, who are single and trying to date. And it's a problem for the women out there who are single and trying to date, putting these terms on each other. Ms. Van Zandt did a great job in this interview. And I suggest you go watch the entire interview, because I watched the entire interview. It's not just a soundbite. There's a lot more to this interview. Go watch it. I'm going to leave the link in my description. It's really good. It's really telling. First 4 minutes, Ms. Van Zandt used words about women and how women present themselves to the world, present themselves to men, to the dating pool today as compared to her generation. She used terms like what was it? She used terms like grace. She used terms like majesty, compassion, nurturing, and elegance. Right? She used those terms to describe what women aren't doing in today's society when it comes to dating. Because we know what a lot of women are doing. Ms. Van Zandt said as much. I'm a boss bitch. I'm a boss bitch. You know what I'm saying? I get my own. I don't need no man. I can get my own. I don't need no man. I'm a boss bitch. All that, presenting themselves very aggressively. So she gets into that right off the bat. She's very well articulated in her discussion about dating. Like I said, go watch the video. I'm going to leave it in the description. It's really good. Sit down and listen to what Ms. Van Zandt is saying. Okay? So, I'm going to show the snippet of what Eboni K said about the bus driver. But I'm going to show an extended version. I'm going to extend it for Ms. Van Zandt, what she says in response to it, right? Because it's really important to what Ms. Van Zandt says. That's what I'm interested in. Okay, not the bus driver, because that's being debated everywhere on the internet, that type of idea, the way women see men. That's old news. But listen to what Ms. Van Zandt, listen to the words she used, and let's show you her train of thought. From someone from a different generation. Everyone's using traditional man, traditional woman, and all that stuff. Ms. Van Zandt is from that traditional time. Listen to the words she uses in response to Eboni's reply to her question. Okay, so I'm going to play that little snippet right now.
When some of us, quite frankly, feel that the men that are available to us, and I'm talking about across the color spectrum, across the age spectrum, trust me, I've done them all, they are not positioned to protect nor provide because of some of the statistics we just talked about. They're not earning the incomes. They're not having the resources, and some of them are not even showing up in the leadership.
Would you date a bus driver? Would you date
if
a bus
he owns
driver?
the bus? If he owns it. If he owns the bus.
See, that's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem.
Okay.
Because the standards and requisites, and I'm not talking about him laying on his sofa playing video games all day. I'm not talking about that. But the standards and the criteria that we use to measure men is off for who we are as women and who they are in this society. I would date a bus driver if he loved driving the bus, if he was a man of integrity, if he was good to his mama, if he treated me well, I would date a bus driver. But we think that it's another human being's responsibility to give us what we need instead of us building together. I can build with a bus driver. I'd have my little stash over on the side in my prenup, but I could build with a bus driver. So I think some of the criteria that we look for in the reality of today keeps us unhappy, keeps us angry, keeps us imbalance. And then when the men show up, we want to beat them up because they're not living up to our standards and criteria. And it's not working, beloved. It's just...
Okay, so first of all, when Eboni K said that thing about black men, white men, she's done them all. You see Ms. Van Zandt's face? Oh Lord. Okay, she was doing too much. But did you hear her response? Did you listen to her response? Okay, there's a marked difference. The marked or market? Market difference? I don't know, but there's a clear difference between the train of thought between Eboni K, how she sees men, a potential partner, and how Ms. Van Zandt sees a potential partner. One saw average man, remember average equals finances, to individuals such as Eboni K, right? Saw the average man and his finances. No, I wouldn't date a bus driver unless he owns the bus. The woman from the traditional era, she immediately went to character traits. right? Yes, I would date a bus driver if he treated me well, if he had integrity, if he loved his mama, if he was a man of God or whatever, okay? She went to character, personality traits, okay? She went to what a man is, what a person is, not just a man, but a person, their character. You know that guy that everybody likes to quote every February, that, MLK guy, content of your character, not the color, all that, content of your character, right? We seem to be forgetting that when we're having discussions about dating, right? And Ms. Van Zandt pointed it out very clearly. Okay, what are you looking for? Are you looking for a life partner to build a life with together as a unit? Or are you looking for a business partner? Someone to make money with, or in this case, to take money from. It is what it is, okay? What are you looking for? What are your priorities, right? So this whole bus driver thing just brought up my discomfort and dislike of the terms that women online and men online who subscribe to the red pill theory, they are doing the same thing, using this term, the average man. It is just a way to describe their finances. If you want to say that, use the term average income earner. Okay? Is he an average income earner? Not average man, average income earner. Use the right terminology. It matters. Okay, words do matter. You see it every day. Words matter. Okay? Because when we use the term average man, we are diminishing a human. We're diminishing that man. We are encompassing his entire entity, his entire being is encompassed in that one word, average. When that is the furthest thing from the truth. Okay? Is the furthest thing from the truth. Average is not negative. Average is not bad. Average is the norm. Average is the norm. The world is populated and ran through the hard work of average people, average income earners. These average income earners can have great character, they can have shitty character. But the whole idea is dating is to get to know that person and their character and figure out if they match, if they're right for you, not their bank account. Because there's a guy in the news right now that just got slapped with a guilty verdict. Very high income earner, not average. But what's his character like? Is he a high valued man? No, because his character is shit. You know who I'm talking about. I won't say his name. You know who I'm talking about. Okay? Persons to be judged on their character. Stop using the term average man, average income earner. That's what I wanted to get out of this video. That's why when I saw the Eboni K thing pop off online, I became very interested. Not because she, said what she said, but because it's just a continuation of this narrative, this really destructive narrative that's been put out there about men in particular. And it's very damaging to men in the dating world, and it is very damaging to women in the dating world. You don't have any idea what you are doing to yourself. You are poisoning the well that you are drinking from. Okay? You You are poisoning the well that you are drinking from when you use these terms, and you diminish man by using these terms and viewing him through that lens. Okay. On a side note, women, have you forgot how to add? If you make $200,000 a year and you meet a man, he's making $55,000 a year, he's an average income earner. Well, if he's the right man for you, his character, treats you well, he has integrity, loves his mama, you get with that man, well, now you have $255,000 to play with. Together, okay? You can add. When you meet someone and you get with someone, they are plussing your life. Some can plus it more financially. Some plus it in the most meaningful way. The support they give you, the love they give you, the respect they give you, the admiration they had from you, the motivation they provide to you. Okay? The joy they bring to you every day. Okay, so this is just my little PSA, my little rant. Go watch that video again. Really good video. She's getting a hell of a lot of backlash, but she opened the conversation, and it's a good conversation to have. But have it respectfully. Really listen to what Ms. Van Zandt is saying. Really listen to the train of thought. One more sip for the E and J.